Janet, try it like it created. And today we're going to be doing an ink smush again for our background, but then we're going to be using these Artist Media gel sticks over the top, and hopefully working as a resist, and then we will put a light coat of metallic acrylic. Now this acrylic is very translucent, otherwise I'd be doing like a watercolor wash or an ink wash over the top, but I think this is light enough that we can do a wash and have it resist from the marks. So let's get started, and I'm going to set those off to the side, and we're going to start by putting our ink down on our desktop, and I'm going to spritz it with water. Now that purple is pretty dark compared to this pink, which is a grade pink, and the lid's a little tight here for me, but I'm working on getting it open. There we go. Okay, so you can see how light the pink is, and so that's why I'm not putting a lot of that purple down. Just more pink than purple. All right, I'm spritzing it with water. You can see it starting to move, and then I'm going to dip my tag into those colors and get it, the front of our card, completely covered in color. This is a really fun way to create a fast background, and those colors mix together and do some really wonderful things and bring out colors that you may not have even noticed when you first started. And you can see how that purple is quite dark in areas, and then we have it lighter in other areas. And I'm just now trying to cover up anything where there is white, and then I'm going to use a heat tool on this. So trying to get this little area right there covered in. All right, so I think that is good. I'm going to hit this with a heat tool and then come back and show you what we have. All right, so to show you before we move forward that first off, as the inks dry, they become lighter. And if I get in here close, hopefully you can see the breakdown of color. We've got some lighter purple, darker purple. The pink is broken down a little bit. And then interesting, as I was drawing this on my glass mat, this kind of hit an area of water here from behind and absorbed it. So there was water that touched on the back of the card, and it absorbed up in, which then made this kind of little watermark. So that's making me wonder is if we took our water, what if I just kind of let's see, if we just drop some water on here, we're going to get some reaction, right? And that is quite interesting. All right, now I'm going to have to, again, hit this with a heat tool, but there you can see the water droplets on there. They're subtle, but they are there. It adds a little bit of extraness to it. And now I'm going to hit this with a heat tool, and then we'll move forward. The heat tool I am using is a heat tool by Ranger. All right, so let's go ahead and glue things down in place. I'm going to just put some glue here for this ribbon piece and hope that that can stick there. And then we'll go over it with the butterfly. I think I'm going to have to put it in just a few little areas here so it kind of goes over it and holds it in place as well. So I want to leave the ribbons loose. And I cut this ribbon down from a piece from the dollar store ribbon. It was one big thick piece, and I just cut it into strips. And then my word is die cut from cardstock that is covered with packing tape. And I'm just going to use some Zig glue on this. It's easier application for that. And there is how we kind of salvaged what started out to be a resist, isn't a resist, but still ended up being a rather pretty tag. So I hope you like the tutorial. I hope you like the experimenting with different things. And definitely give us a like if you like the video, and thumbs up. And if you subscribe, you'll be notified of the next time I share a tutorial.